Welcome to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at MATIC. Let's get into the price action and see what's going on. Primarily what I'm looking for here is the potential that we're actually looking to break down in an additional fifth wave. This will be valid for as long as we stay below this zone of this 91.36 to this 86.29. So now we do seem to have a little bit of an impulsive move to the upside here. What I would be looking for is something like a zigzag to the upside. And if that's the case, potentially this 91.36 would be a particular zone we could actually see to the upside. Now, we do have invalidation sitting here at this 94.35. A move past this would indicate that potentially this move is completed, and what we could have is a completed corrective move here. So we'll discuss this in a second, but primarily what I'm looking for here is this additional fourth and fifth. Now, if we do get some extension within these waves, what this could actually do is look to push us down towards this zone of the 0.7397. If we do break down towards this level here, what we would have to be on the lookout for is the fact that this could actually be a bigger impulse from further back, where this becomes a 1-2 here. All of this would become a 3-4, and then we'd be looking for a fifth wave to the downside. Now, that fifth wave target would be potentially here towards this 91.45 to this 67.73. Now, if we do get this move to the downside, what this could then actually tie in with is actually this move being just either a bigger corrective move, or alternatively this could become a 1-2, and then we could see this this as a third wave to the downside. Now, the target area for that would actually be a lot lower than where we currently are. What we'd have to be mindful of here is that if we are looking at this as a 1-2, what we could have is an additional 1-2 here, in which case this would then mean that this green third wave could potentially be lower down here. We would get an additional fourth wave to the upside, and then look to complete an additional fifth wave to the downside. So this is how we would get there if this is actually turning into a bigger 5-wave sequence to the downside here. We don't have confirmation yet, because basically we would have to reach this zone of the 73.97, get a fourth, and then have a fifth wave for this to actually have more validity in the way that it is forming. Until we actually get there, we need to be careful, because there are a couple of ways we can count this move in the middle here. We could actually just look at this as W, X, and Y, because the way that we're counting this as an impulse would be as a diagonal pattern here, in which case this would then be that secondary wave too. So this is what I'm keeping an eye on. If we start to break down deeper, the 73.97 area, what this could confirm is a deeper move. At the moment, all we have is a 3-wave structure here, so we need to be cautious of the fact that this could actually be a bigger WXY completed. Now, how would that look? So if we were looking at that possibility of just having a corrective move, what we could be looking for is basically this move here as just being labeled ABC, but you would have to look at this as WX and then Y. And that 1-to-1 is actually sitting down a lot lower here towards the zone of the 72.59. So this is why I'm still thinking we've got the potential to see a little bit more downside if this is going to look to play out as a WXY. But really, it's done the minimum it needs to. It's come past the 0.618. So we just need to be cautious that this move could actually look to turn around. And that 1-to-1 of this as an A, a B, and a C would actually be here at this 81.25. So if we effectively had another drop here and got to this 81.25, we would have achieved this 1-to-1 of this as an A, B, C. It would make more sense for me that it is going to come down lower, but we're going to have to see how the structure behaves within this area. Now, we were looking at that possibility that we could still look at this in a bullish way, looking for an additional leg to the upside as an A, a B, and a C. Or alternatively, if it had to move up towards this 1618, which would be here at this $3.06, a third wave, this is still possible for as long as we hold this zone of the 74.79. Now, this just because we have a 3-wave move down here doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get a 5-wave move to the upside. Within this count, we'd be looking for it, and we'd be looking for that that move to the upside again. This 1-to-1 would be here at this $1.95. But what we could actually still have is this could just be a bigger corrective move where this becomes an A. We actually get a B wave back up towards this 135 to this 113, and then we actually look to progress down and break this low at a later date. Now, if we do something like that, that would tie into the idea on the bigger picture here that we're looking for looking for a B wave into this high. So this is the bearish scenario, which we need to still be aware of, is we could be still looking for that possibility of having another drop down here in a C wave. So this is why we need to just be a little bit cautious within this move. We do have potential for a bullish move off these lows, but we need to just also be careful that we aren't getting something where we're actually going to start forming a bigger C wave here. So that's why I'm on the lookout for that possibility of extension here to the downside. If we lose this low here of this 31 cent 84, potentially this would imply that we're gonna be getting this lower target towards this 1-to-1 of this 1435. Obviously, this 1-to-1 can fall short. We'll have to monitor the internals of this leg to the downside as it develops for a better idea of where that stands. The other way we're looking at this is if this is just an A, B, and a C to the upside, it is possible that we could still see continuation. And what we could find is that this then becomes an A wave. We get something like this to the downside in a B wave. So that typical B wave area that we'd be looking for would actually be the 6971 to this 04434 area. So if we do continue to break down here and we take this low, I would be paying attention to this 50% line primarily, which would be here the 6971, and then lower down here this 0.618 and 0.65 area, that there would be quite a lot of confluence here with some structure as well. So, and the channel line. So you will have to keep an eye on it. Obviously, if we had a direct move to the downside, this 50% one would also align with that possibility. But if we do get a move to the upside, once again, we talked about this possibility of this being an A wave. We need to be careful. As long as we stay below $1.35, we could actually still see continuation to the downside again, and this could just actually be an A wave. This could become a B wave, and then we could possibly get that C wave to the upside, or alternatively, this B wave is in place now, and what we could be getting is that C wave to the downside, and it could be either developing as a bigger 5-wave move to the downside, something like that, or we could actually get something where we form something like a corrective structure to the downside, and we actually look to move down in 3 waves, where we would change how we look at this move then as a W, an X, and a Y at that point. So we need to just be careful. There is still potential to break down here. Really, as long as we hold that higher level that we discussed earlier, we can look for the potential to bounce, but we're really sitting towards the bottom end of it. And, we're already sitting in that 0.854 retracement here. If this is going to turn around, it needs to be now, in my opinion, because once we start to break down deeper, potentially we could look to find support a little bit lower here towards this 0.7773. Now, the thing is, once we start to break the 786 area, it becomes less likely that we're going to see the continuation. So we need to get back above this 8761 and start to break some of these key highs here, this 10591 and this area here of this 12510. But like I said, until we actually cross the top of this move here, we need to still be cautious that this could just be an A wave. We get a retracement up for a B wave, and then we could look to actually, break down in that C wave. So that's what we need to be careful of on the bigger picture here. And if we are looking at that possibility of a bigger 5-wave move to the downside, validation of this as a 3rd wave, so looking at this as a 1-2 here, validation of this would come by breaking down towards this 5538. The secondary count here, this would actually, we've already crossed the 1.618 of this move, so it is possible that we could actually see this be something like this. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but really, as long as we fail to break above, these key highs here of this $1.01, we can actually look for that continuation to the downside. Now, if this is a 3rd wave that's actually extending out, what we could find is that possibly our 3rd wave actually comes closer towards this 2.618, which is sitting lower down here at the 70 cent 89. So this is what I'm being mindful of. If we do start to extend out here, possibly we could have had an extension in a wave 1 here, and then we're going to form this as a 3, we get a 4 and a 5, and this could actually look to bring us down towards these levels, or alternatively we follow that count that where we actually still within a bigger 3rd wave here. looking for this zone here of the 70 cent 89. So this is going to be key. If we manage to hold above this 74.79, what we can see is that potential for a reversal to the upside. If we break this level, it becomes less likely that we're going to continue, though technically speaking, as long as we hold between this 6971 and this 4434, what we could still see is that potential to find support here and have another leg to the upside. The problem would be that if that's the case, this would be a corrective move, in which case it would imply that we're going to break down at a later date and actually set another low here. So we'd have to be careful of that, in the bigger picture. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it is free to join. As well as that, you'll find affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there, both great exchanges we use on a regular basis. Check them out for yourself if you do not have an account. Using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.